following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
I understand the separation of the military and civilians while in foreign soil is uncomfortable, and I'll do my best to make it.
Your civilian, I suppose, commander is Harvey Blake Inger. He is the resource consent guy, and all the purposes, like requests and that have to go through him. So he's also in command of the money here. So, like, anyway, you pull back the flap. Major Dozovic! Civilian Drake has arrived to help with the research effort. A great big bear of a man just stands up from behind his desk, puts down his cigar, and is like, God damn it, another nerdlinger. Oh, you're a big one. Should have been in the military. Oh, you're a cripple. I'm sorry.
Probably would have served if I hadn't been, but it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Of course it is. You don't have to call me sir, you're a civilian. I'm Major Dozovic. You can call me Otis. I guess I need to tell you about the specifics around here, and oh boy, there's a lot of them.
I can imagine.
Have you met Harvey yet?
Not yet. I came here first.
Okay. Well, he's your, I suppose, COO. You answer to him. He's in charge of resource consent. He's a corporate weenie hat. Right, so, this is Governor Zhao's province. You have to do whatever he says, and it's not like the military thing where we ask you to. But here, his word is literally law. If he says it is law. So, okay. You can be... And they have basically 2 grades of punishment. Service, where they make you do some kind of labor, or kill you. There is also imprisonment, but that's usually just waiting until one or the other. And the severity of the punishment is dependent entirely on Governor Zhao. So he has absolute and total power, and is not in any way corrupted by it at all.
So it's not crime-based, it's just whatever he feels like doing at the time.
Yes, it would probably be best to not rub him the wrong way, so that he likes you, instead of not like you. It's not what we would call justice, but this isn't our nation. Yet.
Yes.
Anyway, I better take you around and introduce you to the others.
Yeah, are there any other specific customs? I heard about picking flowers and...
Don't do that. Don't pick flowers. If someone... Zhao is jealous of his pretties. They're for his benefit and those of his special privileged others. Only if he says you may take one. May you take one. And be really careful about the specifics. If it's just implied, beg off. Also, if someone offers you something, it is polite here to refuse it twice, and then accept it on the 3rd time they offer it. If they don't offer it a 3rd time, they didn't really want you to have it and just wanted to seem polite. It is also expected for you, if you want someone to have something, to offer it to them 3 times. People understand the whole 1, 2, 3... I really don't want you to have it, but I want to be polite. It's like bath salts here. People don't take offense about you not wanting them to have something so long as you offer it twice.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of monks here. Don't mess with them. Like, it's customary here to not impede their path, so step out of their way, sort of thing. I mean, you're obviously a disabled person, so the rules are a bit different for cripples here. They don't expect them to move with such alacrity, or even to observe some of the make paths, like when the priests come through. Everyone gets out of the way. A cripple would be allowed to stand there because they're a cripple. That's a kind of thing here. Although, I think they might appreciate it if you still did move.
Yes.
There's a revered tree in the middle of town. It's a big old fucker. Don't pick up its nuts or acorns, or don't cut things from it. Only the monks are allowed to tend it. It's sort of like a big fortunate wishing tree or some shit like that. I don't know. These primitive savages believe all kind of crazy things. There's a forest of bamboo with a big karst beside it, and it's got a guard tower on it. As far as we could tell, no one lives there, and you are absolutely not to go there unless you want to die.
Okay.
I say that because the local rumors have it that if you go there, you become a ghost. And it took us long enough to convince them we were not ghosts because we're white.
Ah.
Some of the old people in town need you to cover your face if you tell them anything because they believe that a ghost that shows you it's a familiar face would be a deceiver. So if you cover your face, they will believe. Oh God, these savages. Oh God. This is why this happened. They weren't America enough. Salutes unconsciously. There's a couple of monasteries here, and they're really happy to have foreigners come in. They're really polite. Like that. There's the Heisei school. They're really fun to watch. They're all flippy and acrobatic. They're like acrobats or something. It's like a circus, but they're doing it all the time. There's also the Daya Li Monastery up a hill. They keep laughing at our soldiers when they go up there, so they probably hate foreigners. Oh, and if you're fortunate enough, you may be allowed to go near the Manmo Temple. If you can find it.
It's lost?
I mean, we know where it is, but we can't find it.
Okay.
There's a whole quest about that. I mean, there's a whole mystery around that. I mean, there's a quest there, if you want to do it. You don't have to. There's also a shrine where people leave valuables lying around. Don't take the valuables. Just it's like a church offering, but it's just out in the open, and even the town thieves don't steal from it. So, their guards basically operate with the authority of the governors general, so they don't act with what they call Heaven's mandate. So you can disagree with them, but you do, and you don't necessarily have to do what they say unless they invoke a law. So they're a lot like police, but they're army guards, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think I see.
There's no law against fraternizing with the local girls. So, get it wet as often as you want, I guess. Some of them will want money or gifts.
So, like regular women, then?
Yes. I'm guessing you're not a mutant, but mutants are a special case here. We don't really know why, but a lot of them dress in with similar colors and affectations. There appears to be some kind of cultural symbology behind it, but we don't know what. They don't really understand mutancy. They are treated like mystic men, like with some degree of reverence or shock. Oh, don't clean yourself in the many stars shining upon Heaven's Emperor's Square fountain.
Okay.
I mean, just don't do it. I mean, it can get hot here, but just, other water. There's a well not farther down, so you can clean yourself off with that water.
Okay.
There's a bunch of stupid local superstitions about their cherry blossom trees, which that governor brought in from somewhere to be here. I don't understand any of it, but so far none of my men have done anything weird about that. Sometimes there will be a big gonging sound from the lighthouse in the harbor, and the big fire will be lit. At that point, the locals all turn towards it and bow 3 times at the waist, about 90 degrees if they can. It's easier if we do it too. It causes less distrust. You don't. It's not a requirement, though. You don't have to. I just thought you'd like to know about the custom.
Yes. Okay.
If you want anything
3 times
made,
at least.
yeah, if you want anything made or crafted, the craftsmen here operate by like a guild, in that they all collude on prices, and are communism, and an American corporation. I don't like them. So if you'll have to go to their guild houses and ask for that. If you want anything made, and I recommend it. Their craftsmanship makes amazing gifts for your families back home, and it doesn't really cost that much in terms of American money. Harvey will act as a money changer for you, if you want.
Oh, good.
There's another guy in Zhao's palace, like a banker or lender, who's also been blessed by heaven, he rolls his eyes, to change American pig money for real money. They don't consider paper money to be real. Primitive savages.
Lower level civilizations generally don't understand fiat currency, no.
What?
Fiat currency, because the paper is not actually worth anything. It's an idea that it represents a share in the reserve, in the Federal Reserve. So to a less educated person, they can't wrap their head around what they're exchanging is.
You telling me $1's not worth $1? Crazy college ideas? I don't understand that at all. Yes, listeners, the joke about that is that he is a primitive.
Yes. Are there any manual? I couldn't find any. Are there any Chinese to English manuals around?
Oh yeah,
Just pick up some of them.
Well, if you want to taint your mind with their primitive, savage language, yeah, have mine. He'll give you a British-written Chinese to civilized tongues language primer. It's basically a English to, and then the back half is a to English.
Yeah,
and it's got the bit at the front that's like, oh, here's the grammar, and here's the like.
Okay.
Forms of address for age groups and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I better show you around and you can meet the others. He'll lead you out of the
Yes.
tent. He is clearly slowing down so you can keep up.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know if you need it, because you do, but he doesn't know that. He's just being a patronizing, sarcastic shit. Or he's being really convenient and helpful, depending on what you think of him. Of course, because he has one opinion that's different from yours, you should cancel him and throw his body off a tower.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Because that's a reasonable fucking thing to do, isn't it?
That makes sense.
Okay, so he'll lead you into the big tent. And inside the big tent, there's another tent. Like, there's like a 2-foot gap and like an airlock thing. And then inside that is a plastic inner sheath and like sterilized bluish-white panels, and it's super modern. Like, it is like Smar Labs tech in here.
Well, this is more what I'm used to.
Yeah, the little foreigners aren't allowed in here. The guy turns around. This is Dr. Jacob Jones. Another one. He takes a swig from a hip flask. He is leaning on a cane just like you. Dr. Jacob Jones. He puts his flask in his pocket, holds out his hand. Surgeon and virologist. And I am here to do my best for these poor, downtrodden little chinks. What dragged you
I'm
here?
here for the same reason. Well, the same reason, really.
They got you too, huh? Oh, well. Oh, this is Nurse Cross. Nurse Cross is, what, about 22? She has two, like, her hair's in 2 pigtails, one of which is dyed blue, the other one is dyed purple. And she's like, yo, I'm your anesthesiologist. I can put you to sleep. It's ironic because I'm so fun.
Ah.
This is, oh, and this is Mr. Ree. So there's an Asian guy. He's
But like
he's
Asian American?
he stands up. Well, I mean, from sight you don't know. He stands up from a stethoscope and he's like, "Hi, how are you doing?"
Well, good. The trip out here was scenic.
I know. Isn't it great to be here, unable to go home? Nice for some of you to have the option, I guess. Well, I better get back to this. It's super important.
Okay.
As you can tell, he's a barrel of fun to be around. Swig.
Yes, I noticed. So,
This is the
Where-
research lab. It's just us, I'm
Yes.
afraid. What do you do?
well, I'm primarily a physicist and engineer, but I've extensively studied neurology, biology, bioscience, and chemistry, so I shouldn't have too difficult a time. At least coming to grips with the broad ideas and may be able to offer some insight.
Okay, so we're gonna have to give you a catch-up tent.
Yes, I haven't been given any documents until now.
Okay, they're all in the storage tent, I guess. We keep all our files, documents, and research materials there. It's just easier, so we don't have to come in here.
Yes, space seems limited.
If you want anything, just ask Kim. She's around here somewhere. She gets stuff.
Okay.
And Harvey, I don't know if you've been told about Harvey. He's the asshole in charge.
I haven't met him yet. You don't seem to like him very much, though.
He's an asshole. Penny-pinching corporate shit. The Major rolls his eyes and he's like, "Okay, you've hung around these nerdlingers long enough. Got to introduce you to your boss and... Oh, yeah, while I'm here, don't mess with the Nazis.
What?
There's a contingent of diplomatic ambassadorial Nazis in town. Don't antagonize them. They're allowed to be here by the governor's convenience. I think he wants to try and play America off against him for some kind of political thing.
But America is stronger than Germany.
I know. Bombardment. Salute.
Interesting.
That's just a
Fill me
little
hungry
lamp.
then, I suppose.
He'll take you over to a tent. Inside it is noticeably chiller. He has a desk fan.
The fan is doing work. If it's
Yep.
just a disc fan.
Oh no, I mean, like, obviously there's also like a big block of ice just sitting there on a desk, but the fan is blowing across it and that sort of thing. There's a gaunt, very neat man behind the desk who looks up, just expectantly.
Thomas Drake.
Have you come to join the research effort, Mr. Drake?
Yes.
Now I will have to assign additional resources to comfort. Oh. He just looks back down and starts scribbling on a notepad.
You know, my employer is sending a lot of funds to provide for these facilities. I don't think it should be too much of a problem.
Mr. Drake, your employer's funding is not going to win you special privileges here. So, if you're looking for luxurious comfort, you're looking in the wrong province.
Certainly.
You'll
Where-
need to get caught up on the disease. The second tent over is where all the files are kept. Please put them back when you're finished. If you wish to acquire lodgings in the town, you may of course do so at your own expense.
Anything else?
No. Oh,
Well,
welcome to our friendly, hard-working, driven team.
thank you.
You're a people who will never know are grateful.
I'll leave you to
The Major's just tugging on your sleeve.
Yeah.
You get
Let's, I'll back in.
You get outside. I'm glad I don't have to work with that nerdlinger.
He sounds like Droopy Dog. Like a droopy dog.
Huh.
You know?
Nope, I don't. Is that,
cartoon?
a cartoon? Oh, one of those kids things. Oh, no, I never had that. I just had football and gun practice when I grew up in Arlington, Texas. Nope, not Arlington, Texas. Lubbock. It sounds more hillbilly-y.
Are you a member of the Texas Rangers?
Oh, no, of course not. I went into the army like my dad.
Well, the history behind the Texas Rangers is quite impressive, actually.
Oh, yes, I know. They're my personal heroes. Well, apart from my dad. Salutes.
So... He said something about lodging in the town? Are there not a
Oh, yeah.
tent set up? We have to find our own lodging?
Oh, they'd have to set up another tent for you. Everyone has their own. So, I mean, you can stay here with us if you want, or if you wanted to lodge in town, you can do it. Of course, they make you pay. But
Yeah.
there are lodging houses and things in the town. I mean, if you wanted to be close to the locals or something, I don't know. It's an option.
I might try lodging in the town.
Oh, of course. Might as well experience the primitive culture's splendor. Yeah.
Yes, I'm already here, I suppose.
Well, I mean, if you've got the money for it, there's also liangs.
Oh?
Well, I mean, that's only if he likes you, I guess. There's a great big house on the waterfront by a wealthy former general owns it. Sometimes he lets people stay there, but I guess if you don't know him.
Yeah, it might be interesting to
Well-
walk up and ask for a room.
Well, I suggest you, nose around for a bit with the remains of the day and see if you can find Kim to give you a tour. She's always loafing around somewhere, lazy bitch.
I'll do that.
Well, good luck.
Thank you for your time, General.
Oh, we put your luggage in the storeroom until you've found somewhere to put it.
Thank you.
Because I know you'd be worried about that. That's where I keep my
Yes.
thousand-fold moron.
I don't want to only be wearing an Armani suit the entire time I'm here.
Then you're out of luck. I packed your research suit, sir.
My suit overalls. Yeah, I'll go look for Kim then.
A
If,
15-minute
since-
search with your crippled moving speed will turn up. Like, there's a young lady in a military hat, a t-shirt, and jeans. And she has, like, a backpack and an arm full of boxes.
A
Just-
pleasure to meet you. Thomas Drake.
Oh, hi.
Or-
I'm Kim O'Connor. I'm the runner. I'm General Helpstress. I run errands and stuff for the people around here. She just drops the
Yes.
boxes on the ground and puts out her hand to shake yours.
I'll shake her hand. I was hoping you could show me around the town and where I might find lodging.
Oh, sure. No, let's go. She just kicks the boxes over into the corner.
What is it? Can I see what these boxes are meant to contain, or are they just
They're
nondescript boxes?
They're nondescript boxes. There we go. Oh, don't worry about them. I just carry them around so people don't get me to do too many things.
It's quite brilliant.
I am. Well, okay, so this is Jiahaocheng. It's a town in this place. It's actually kind of like old and spectacular and other things like that.
I
Cooler.
do have to say I really appreciate the architecture is quite wonderful.
According to the locals, a lot of places in China are like this. Like, they're very old world. They like their old ways, and they don't like modern things. Oh boy, do they not.
Are the buildings using the silver ratio?
I think they are. Actually, I have to admit I don't know what that is. I just said that so that you wouldn't think I'm dumb.
Oh, it's fine. It's the golden and silver ratios are dimensions.
Wait, that Templar thing?
Things are
That Templar thing?
No, they're just dimensions that are conform to things in nature that make them appealing for the human eye. Mostly.
Okay, so what you meant to say was they look nice.
Yes. The Great Parthenon is an example of the golden ratio. The way it's designed from the front.
Okay. Weird flex, but cool. Okay, right, let me show you around town, starting from here, I guess. That is a guard tower. There are guards up there. We're not allowed up them.
What are the guards here?
They're actually
doing
army
towers?
people. They watch over the place and look out for wrongdoing.
Okay.
We call them guards, but they're actually soldiers.
Do they have guns?
No, they have spears and bows.
And bows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some of them have swords, but they're officers.
Are civilians allowed to carry weapons?
As far as I know, they can. A bunch of the farmers are always carrying around them numbnuts.
The what?
Numbnuts. They're like two sticks attached by a chain, and if they smack you in the nuts, you'll go numb. They call them numbnuts, I'm sure.
That sounds particularly dangerous. For the
well,
user.
It's actually a farm implement, but you know... There's more fighting in the streets than you'd think here. Okay, so this is the area they call the Anmeijika doctor tents. It's tents where American scientists and doctors work. Locals aren't really allowed to wander around here.
This is the only area I've seen so far.
Oh, okay. So that's the guard tower there. They put the tents right here so that the symbolism of them watching over us is really obvious. This is the shrine to Sima Yi, who is a famous guy. Don't touch the stuff people leave. And people like to attach these little notes written in chicken scratch to it. I don't know why.
Like make a donation and make a wish kind of thing.
Oh, I mean, that could be it, yeah. So basically this is the wishing well then? Okay, cool. This is Dr. Lang's place. There's the isolated house right in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
I have sent you an updated map.
Oh, okay. With names on it?
Yes.
Cool.
And I will send you a document with all these places you're going to be introduced to at the end.
Okay, here is the most recent one. Sweet. Save this.